This is the Crookedrivercast, and who's that? Well, that's Rob and Tom, two guys trying to keep track of what is going on in the great state of Ohio. This is show 65 for the week of June 15th. Let's see what's going on this week in the great state of Ohio. Let's go. Good morning this morning.
In the morning.
How you doing this fine Saturday?
I'm doing
beautiful
good.
Day. It'll be a beautiful day today.
I'm doing good. I scored a 96 on my sleep.
96? Uh-oh. Did you get something? Did you get a new toy?
Oh, yeah. I got the Apple Watch.
Oh, you did finally get it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as soon as they come out with a round one, I'm in.
Pardon me?
As soon as they come out with a round one.
Yeah, I don't get it for the fashion thing.
Yeah.
I just want to keep track of health.
Yeah, I have thought about that since we talked about that, but I haven't done anything about it.
I mean, if I was gonna go out and I was dressed up, I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah.
Even though it's got some pretty cool watch faces.
Yeah.
Like some nice elegant ones, but it still looks like a black slab on your wrist.
Yeah. Real quick, I think before we go any further, let's hear it for the first trillionaire, Tom. First trillionaire.
Yeah, that's right, man. And you know what? He also made 4,400 millionaires, and 400 of those 4,400 are worth over 100 billion.
Yeah, everybody at SpaceX is rich.
Yeah, up
basically.
to even the janitors and the cafeteria people and all that. Pretty awesome. Capitalism sucks.
Yeah, I think I took a little piece of that yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I kept thinking I'm like, yeah, I know it's coming up, but when should I get something? Should I not get something? And I actually forgot about it until I got a text from my nephew asking me if I was buying any SpaceX stock, and I was like, oh shoot, that's right, it's this week.
Yeah.
So yeah, I watched that a little bit yesterday, and then as we talked about it, like I'll get a little bit, just as a part of that's a big. I mean, I think SpaceX is pretty cool as far as they told them it couldn't be done. They said only government can do that stuff, and now where does the government go to get into space? They go to Elon.
I think it's going to be one of the most important companies in history.
Yes, he did send me a text that was kind of interesting. After I bought the stock. Thanks. Just kidding. Let's see here. Something about the valuation. So it could be, let's see, they're saying this, at least I think it was Instagram or something. SpaceX valued at 1.8 trillion, Walmart valued at 920 billion. SpaceX revenue, 18.18 billion, and Walmart's revenue is 713 billion.
Yeah, but that's not how, that's not how the stock market works.
The promise of what's coming.
Yeah, the promise of what's coming and how people view it, and it's got a lot of...
He's the only one getting him into space right now, so...
There's that, and he could be the only one crashing ships, too.
Right. Right now, he's the only one. He's the one rescuing the ships because did he go up and rescue the people from the other... Was this
the
Bezos?
Space station.
Yeah, the Bezos. Was that the Bezos or somebody else? Maybe it wasn't Bezos.
I don't know about the Bezos thing, but
it was
the space station.
Yeah, but they couldn't get down. They had to send a rocket up there, and then they determined, I guess, the craft wasn't worthy of wouldn't get them back safely, so they had to. I don't know. They were talking about no agenda for a couple of weeks. I remember.
I thought that was the okay. I thought it was the space
I don't know
station.
They were at the space station, but getting back from they was only supposed to be up there for a couple of weeks, and they ended up
that was the space station.
But who got
Bezos?
Him there?
Oh, who got him there?
Yeah, it wasn't. Maybe not. May not have been Bezos.
That was
it wasn't NASA. No, it was like Blue Origin, which is like a private.
Oh, okay. I thought Blue Origin was.
The United States government is not making rockets. They are not sending anything. Before Elon, we were going to Russia to get into space.
Gotcha.
Wait a minute. I mean, I did say Russia, so of course we got to get. Oh crap! Oh, there it is. Russia. Okay. And then I think the next. Well, I guess. I was going to talk about UFC. Are you going to watch the UFC fight tomorrow?
No, because I don't think I'll be able to.
Yeah,
is it on Paramount Plus?
It's on Paramount Plus, and that's only Paramount Plus. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I actually do want to check it out. And
I would if I could watch it.
What do I have to do? Do I have to sign up? Can I sign up for a free week of Paramount Plus?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
I might just watch it.
No,
just to see the spectacle.
No, I don't sign up for any of those free things.
Oh, you're not disciplined enough like me to.
No, I do. It's just a pain in the ass. I don't like to do that. Yeah. There's too many of them. I can live without it.
Yeah, it's true. But I'd like. I don't know. I think it might be something to see. But I guess you know what? That's what YouTube's for.
Yeah,
I did hear one,
and it can be rained out.
Can it be?
I don't know.
So
I know. Do they have a tent?
Rogan. They have what did Rogan call it? A lightning shield. That's what he called it. He said, so his take was interesting to me because he's a big UFC guy's announcer and all that stuff. He's been doing it since the beginning. And he said, I'm not against it or for it necessarily. He goes, but what I don't like about it is he thinks all fights should be indoors.
Right.
And he thinks it's, with the humidity and the sweat, it's going to change the game. And you could be a completely different fight, which in some ways could be good, as he said. But of course, let's listen to our friends at the Babylon Bee. Got a little breakdown on all the hoopla over all the Democrats. They're so upset about a tent on the front lawn of the White House. Let's hear what the Babylon has to say.
Democrats are in full meltdown this week after President Trump announced he's hosting a massive UFC MMA event right on the White House lawn. The same sacred ground where President Biden once hosted a pride celebration featuring topless trans activists. The event, dubbed UFC Freedom 250, is scheduled for June 14th and will feature a main event between Ilia Topuria and Justin Gaethje. Democrats say the fight represents a disgusting desecration of the hallowed ground once reserved for gender expression and exposed nipples. Critics are calling it everything from disgraceful to literally violence. We've obtained exclusive reactions from top Democrats.
President Biden respected the American people when he paraded topless trans women on the South Lawn. But now Trump wants to put two shirtless men in a cage beating each other up. This is a step backward for our democracy.
Groceries are higher than ever, and Trump wants to play with life-size action figures in his backyard? He should be playing with life-size dolls like President Biden did. This is not who we are.
I just can't believe the president would be so irresponsible to host MMA here. It's an insult to everything Joe stood for.
Wait for it.
Put me down for 10 grand on Zahabi.
President Trump fired back at Democrats, saying the UFC fights would be the only way topless men would be allowed on the White House lawn from now on. Coming up next, President Donald Trump has taken the official step of recognizing Pride Month this year by hosting a soccer match right on the White House lawn.
Because soccer's gay. Yeah, so UFC and everybody's melting down because there's a big stage and stuff on the front lawn of the White House. As opposed to, like gay Easter bunnies and stuff.
Yeah, I haven't heard much, but.
Yeah. You haven't heard much about it, really? Good Lord. It's all over. I've seen it, at least on my feeds. It's like, shut up already. We did elect a promoter to the White House, so it's basically, like an old school fight promoter at times. I think it's going to be a spectacle, and that's what Joe's saying. Well, if it rains, it'll be even more interesting or something like that. So he didn't even mention that it would be canceled if it rained. They're just worried about lightning and stuff.
Yeah, I think he was worried about security too.
Well, security, yeah. And that's why people in the real world, as they say, people who don't pay attention like we do, are like, well, as long as it doesn't cost us any taxpayer money, I think it's okay. So are you worried as much about like how much the White House is spending on security for an event or how much you're getting screwed on Medicaid fraud every freaking year? Nobody cares about that, but they care about what Trump's doing on the front lawn of the White House.
Well, they're just talking points that the media gives them.
Because it's all you see, all people see anymore is headlines.
Yeah. Well, that's true too.
Yeah. They don't go any farther than that. So. But speaking of, Tulsi, we'll start with the news of the day here. Tulsi's going out with a bang.
I don't think this is going to be the only one she releases. I'll tell everybody what it is.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I was going to say, how much longer does she have before she's out? So Tulsi Gabbard drops bombshell intelligence on U.S.-funded biolabs around the world. Huh. Those things that certain people testified saying there weren't any. So
we don't do any gain of function.
Yeah, this is what I'm wondering. Is this the next step in holding some people accountable? And let's listen to a couple minutes from Tulsi.
After months of searching through intelligence community holdings and files, today I'm releasing new evidence of longstanding U.S. government funding of more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries. Now, these biolabs include labs in places like Ukraine, which could be at risk of compromise due to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. In fact, the intelligence community had previously warned that a U.S.-funded biolab in Ukraine likely housed dangerous pathogens and remained vulnerable to longstanding threats of Russian attack, seizure, or damage. Now, until now, evidence regarding the full existence and funding of these laboratories had been knowingly withheld from you, the American people. Many of these U.S. government-funded biolabs are currently or have previously engaged in research using hazardous and highly contagious pathogens, and in some cases included dangerous gain-of-function research with very little visibility or oversight. Now, President Trump clearly understands the serious threat dangerous gain-of-function research poses to the American people. And this is why he took decisive action over a year ago. On May 25th, 2025, he signed an executive order to end federal funding of gain-of-function research around the world. Here at ODNI, I issued new guidance to the intelligence community directing increased collection on these laboratories and facilities overseas.
Collection?
And we're already seeing the results of this increased collection. We're learning new details, for example, on clinical trials that are underway at these facilities and that are raising significant ethical, financial, and security concerns regarding the supposed public health initiatives and U.S. national security. Now, despite the obvious potential for catastrophic global impact that research on dangerous pathogens in biolabs can have, politicians and so-called health professionals like Dr. Fauci, as well as entities within the Biden administration's national security team, lied repeatedly to the American people about the existence of U.S.-funded and supported biolabs. Not only did they lie, they threatened those who attempted to expose the truth. So this release today breaks new ground, as the information surrounding the existence, history, locations, and funding of these U.S.-funded biolabs has been intentionally covered up by very powerful people who falsely claimed that these biolabs didn't exist. Now, they accuse anyone who says otherwise to be foreign assets and traitors to America. Now, ODNI will continue working closely with partners across the U.S. government to identify exactly where these labs are and what pathogens they contain to end dangerous gain-of-function research that threatens the health and well-being of the American people and people around the world.
Interesting. Interesting. Let's think way back when COVID first came out and China came out and said, no, this is not a Chinese virus. This is an American virus. And everybody, including myself, laughed at them and said, yeah, whatever. It's from your lab. And then we find out, well, that's a lab funded by us. One of the many labs around the country, around the world, as we're finding out.
120 of them. Jesus.
Over 120, she's saying. And they don't even know where all of them are. She just said in the last second, we got to go find exactly where all these places are at. And in the meantime, I hope they've already looked at a lot of these places, because at this point, they're destroying everything they can. That would be my opinion, at least. What they're
do. I would think so.
Yeah, if it's not already done. I mean, I've said from the beginning, like, this Ukraine thing seems oddly convenient, since the reports were saying we've got a dozen or something labs, or 5, 6, 8, 10 labs in Ukraine. The most corrupt country, one of the most top 5, at least, if not top 2 most corrupt countries in the world, Ukraine. And what could go wrong? What could go wrong? I always thought this was a good excuse to destroy all of them. They have a war in Ukraine.
Yeah.
So that's something new. So you don't think this is her last? When does she go out of office?
I thought it was the last day of June.
Okay.
So I think she's going to be releasing a lot more. And you know what I realized? Which I already realized, but the Democrats were really dumb for kicking her out.
Yes.
She's the only woman I've ever seen get in front of a camera and look presidential. And sound it, too.
And sound presidential. Feel like there's that's good. That's a great freaking point. There's something about her, and that's part of it. Is, well, first of all, she's very pretty.
She's attractive, but it's not that. It's there's a certain confidence and charisma behind her that provides calm.
Yes, there you go. And that's what I was going to say. Yeah, besides the fact that she's attractive, that's a sliver of it. But that's never. I always like, no, there's something more. It's not that she's just a pretty face. When she talks, she has authority behind it. She speaks articulately and calmly. Like, yeah, that's a great way to put it.
She doesn't screech.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, most women screech when they talk. I mean, like you could take their voice for like 30 seconds and then you're just like, oh God, that's enough. I can't listen to a whole speech.
Yeah, especially when they're trying to speak and project and it seems to go up higher. And she's
because all they can do is yell. She's actually talking a little bit more from the diaphragm, which most women don't talk.
She carries herself so well, and I can't.
Not that I would vote for her.
That stripe, that gray stripe, that's just convenient there. It's crazy how you get one stripe going down. I always thought that it's a little extra hot in some ways, but how do you get it to just stripe right there?
I've seen that before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It does happen to people.
It's like I've seen guys have gray hair on the side on the beard and, brown hair in the center, by their.
This is just definitely a streak. I've seen that before, but.
There's women that pay good money to get a streak like that. So go Tulsi. I mean, I hope this is some of the first steps of holding these people accountable. And I'm wondering the timing. Because would it be convenient if we started seeing indictments, I don't know, late September, early October?
Well, I think we're going to start seeing some things happening.
Like, how would that drum your base up if you got Fauci as an indictment? In front of a...
I don't think you need to worry about the base as much as Well, independent, yeah. Independent, because, I think the only thing that's going to get the independent is prices. I'm tight. I saw it drop below $4 here. Yeah, $3.99 for gas, and I'm like, oh God, okay, that feels so good. But meanwhile, I would have been screaming about that a year ago. Yep, and we'll get to a little bit of that in the next coming story on the races. I can talk this morning. Let's see. Okay, so Tulsi's good. You think she's going to have more? I don't disagree. I think there's going to be a lot more. Actually, I hope so. Keep it coming. Keep it coming, because the next story, what the Pentagon did, Pentagon released a third batch of declassified every Friday, right? Things. They're files of some sorts, and now I'm at this point we're going, what are they even giving us anymore? So I pulled this clip from NBC News, and they're going to tell us like why these are like, what's the big thing in these. What do they see so far that's like, most revealing and all stuff? Let's listen to NBC News.
Joining us now is NBC News senior national security correspondent Courtney Kube. Courtney, what do these newly released videos, what do they show us? I know you're just going through them all, but what do we see?
Yeah, so one thing that I've been struck by in going through these, Kate, is what you just showed there, the video of those two red orbs. More and more of the videos in this release, or this batch of documents and videos, show red orbs than the previous two releases. Another thing that was really striking is more of the videos in this one are taken on iPhones. There's a lot more recent video than we've seen in the previous two, which included a lot more video from U.S. military aircraft. So it's just grainier and darker, whereas you can see here, you can make out colors in some cases of these more recent ones. There you go again, some more of these red orbs that we've seen in these videos. There also includes more eyewitness interviews and testimony that are provided by the CIA and the FBI in these. And what's striking about that is, as opposed to the ones that we've seen in the past releases that include U.S. military documents, at times they identify the individuals who are giving these testimonies as being highly credible in their testimony. So again, it's very similar to the past releases, but we are seeing nuances and slight differences here that are just interesting to go through.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. So let us know what else you find. Okay, Courtney Kube, thank you.
So nothing really. So
I've seen those red orbs before.
Well,
this isn't new.
Here's the difference. Their orbs are red, and the last one they weren't red.
Well, I've seen those red ones before.
I get it. But her difference was, well, this time they're red, and the video's crappier.
No, she said it was better from the iPhones.
But then she said it was dark and grainy.
That was those. She was talking about the ones that come off the jet.
Oh,
because they, if you were, I don't know if you were watching it at the same time.
Yeah.
But they were. Then they showed grainy video that came off of a jet.
Yeah.
Like
right.
So whatever. It doesn't.
No, I know. I was just saying that her big reveal was the orbs are now red, according to her, and there's some iPhone video, and then there's some grainy video.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so nothing. So they didn't really release anything.
No.
I mean, there's nothing. I want a picture of I don't know, Kennedy or Johnson or Nixon or somebody with his arm around an alien.
Nixon and Jackie Gleason having a shot with
an alien. Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see Jackie Gleason getting anally probed by.
No, I don't want to see that. No.
Why she don't? No. Well, I like to. Well, no, I don't want to see it. Okay, never mind.
It was Jackie Gleason that said he had that Nixon took him. Yeah. So
I think it was. Oh my gosh, I haven't heard about that in a long time.
Yeah, he built a house that looks like a UFO. It's awesome.
Yeah. So they're releasing more stuff, and it seems like they're running out of things to release because we're getting the iPhone video, and nothing. It's all the same stuff. Just lights in the sky, little orbs on military video of white dots moving around, and like I'm not saying like poo poo it all, but it's just like okay, show me something that actually that actually makes a difference because none of this is all stuff we've seen over the years. It's nothing different. But the question is why? Why are they showing it to us, Tom?
Oh, I don't know.
Because Trump's going to walk out at a UFC fight tomorrow with an alien. Alien's going to be the
awesome
guy. It's going to be the ring chick. Is going to be an alien.
Oh no. Yeah. Unless it's a hot alien.
I mean, who knows? I mean, they're talking about hybrids, hybrid aliens.
Okay.
I mean, I watched V. There were some hot aliens. I mean, underneath the skin, they were lizards, but they looked hot to me. Wow. I haven't thought about that show in a while.
I never watched that.
That's true. Hot in the sun, but cold. And did you ever watch that show? V?
No.
So good. I love that one. That was like late 80s, early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, so there's that. More Pentagon files. Whatever. Next, speaking of polls and polling and our elections, we have shock poll shows Democrats leading Ohio governor Senate races.
What's a shock poll?
That's what I was going to say. Is it the poll shocking, or is it like, here's a poll? And everybody went, oh, it's Democrats. I don't know.
Yeah, this is just
So Ohio.news story. It's a Fox News poll, which to me is significant to some point, at some level, because it's not a CNN poll or MSN poll.
Yeah, but Fox polls aren't exactly.
No.
I would say that they always skew towards Democrats, which is fine because this might make some people get out of their chairs.
Yeah. And just because Fox is not to be trusted either, but they're just not as blatant about it, maybe.
Yeah.
As CNN. So Fox News Democrat candidates holding leads in Ohio, U.S. Senate, and gubernatorial races despite the state's recent Republican dominance.
Wait, hang on a second. Because Fox they're just polling boomers. It's always going to skew anti-Trump.
Good point. Yeah, because if they're... How are they polling?
I don't know if
are they calling, or is it...
I don't know if it's a push poll or
it's a shock poll, Tom. It's a shock
poll. Okay. It's a shock poll.
Poll! That's what you do. And people go, I'm shocked. The survey released Wednesday found former U.S. Senate Former U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown leading incumbent Senator John Husted 53-45, which, I mean, that's considerable. That's not a rounding error. While Democrat gubernatorial candidate Amy Acton held a narrow 50-49 advantage, which is basically
I'll tell
even.
You why, though. The Sherrod Brown, I've hardly seen, I don't think I've ever seen a commercial for Husted, but I've seen a ton for Sherrod Brown at this point.
Okay, that's interesting. Where are you seeing commercials?
On YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Like, before a clip or whatever.
Right.
All I'm seeing is Sherrod Brown, no Husted ones. I did early on, saying, do we want Sherrod Brown back in office? He's been there so long. But
but that probably wasn't Husted. That was probably a PAC or something.
Right. But it was pro Husted.
Right.
Anyways, now I'm not seeing any. All I see is Sherrod Brown. And tell you the truth, I'm probably seeing 75 to 25 Amy on the plus side. I'm not seeing any pro Vivek. No. I'm seeing anti-Acton.
And even when I'm on X, and this is algorithm based, but I don't see very much of Vivek at all. I see a lot of Amy, but again, this is algorithm. This is the algorithm probably talking, but there seems. I think I follow Vivek. I don't follow Amy. So if Vivek's gonna post something, then I think I'll probably see a lot of it. I don't see.
I do follow Acton, and I don't see much there either. It's not.
Maybe, I think every day I see something. She's got some post where she's shaking hands with some old people and and talking about affordability and stuff. But my thing is, I'm not seeing it from. And again, it's not. I'm not. It's the internet. What are you going to do? But my X feed is so screwed up at this point. It doesn't know what I am.
Yeah, mine's kind of all over the place too.
Good. So that's a 59 to 49. 50 to 49 is not a big deal. 53 to 45, I think, is a pretty big deal.
I do think it's just people seeing more stuff on Sherrod Brown, like positive commercials. I bet you know what? I don't watch. I need to start watching some regular television because I don't see what's going on. I don't need to start watching it, but I don't know what people are seeing besides what I'm seeing on YouTube. It's interesting. I don't believe any of that, but
it's a gauge. It doesn't mean much, but it's what's going on now. I guess, but
it's a little too early, and I don't want to say I'd worry because it doesn't matter to me, but I would take that more seriously closer to the election day. And if prices are still high, then that's going to be tough for the Republicans to.
Well, prices aren't going anywhere other than maybe gas prices might go.
Oh, the gas prices are big though, because that's what you see every day on the way to work.
Yeah. So, but grocery prices and all that stuff aren't going anywhere, at least anytime soon.
No, I understand that. It's the gas prices to me make a huge difference in people's attitudes. I get angry every day I drive by.
Mm-hmm. So how does Vivek handle this? Because it sounds to me when I see Amy talking, she's talking about affordability and the Republicans 10 years of this, and they're making everything unaffordable, and all they want to do is hurt the working people.
Yeah, but they're not providing any solutions. So,
yes, Tom, they are. It's called more government. Have a handout or two.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of things happening. I mean, if there's people being busted for fraud, and it's all leaning towards Democrats, and Amy Acton's got no chance. She's got zero chance. Brown does have a chance. I think he has a pretty good chance because of name recognition.
Yeah.
And the whole Houston thing with the whole Houston thing with the First Energy and all that.
Democrats are good at voting against somebody.
Yeah, but it also, you need to get people out. Like, I don't think you have
I think they are motivated though. I think the left is motivated to get out because of evil
not
Trump.
Not like 2018. Not even close.
Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how you gauge that, but it feels like there's much more. Feels like there's a lot less of the negative towards the left, as far as there's less of the trans stuff and the gay stuff.
Exactly.
There's less of that in the news now.
Yeah.
Does that make them look more favorable because people aren't railing on that anymore? And everybody's looking at the price of bread and the price increases we've had at work this year rival COVID, rival late 2020 and 2021 as far as multiple from the same manufacturers, multiple in a year, like 3 price increases in a year when we normally have 1 at the beginning of the year. So, yeah, I don't know. I think the strategy is, things are expensive. That's why we need Ohio to be better and to make our people more money. We can worry about the affordability, yes, but I think the best bet is to make the people of Ohio richer as far as the economy and all that stuff. That's, to me, the out there he has. But we'll see how he handles. I do think it's early as far as the advertising and stuff. I think probably late July, we'll start seeing them pound it. Right now, summertime starting, nobody's watching TV. The ratings are down. It's that kind of the year. I think that
it could start happening after the 4th of July and all that.
Yeah, late July, early.
September,
August rather.
August.
We shall see. We'll keep an eye on it. And let's see. Next one we have News Channel 5 story. Here's what passed before lawmakers went on summer recess. Like, hurry, let's get this passed. Come on, let's see what could go wrong. This is almost I think we almost have to. Yeah, in the corner here. Come on, you little bastards! Come on out of there. Target practice time. All right, so what do we have here? We got a News Channel 5 article from Morgan Trowell, which is an odd one from Morgan because it doesn't have any video clips to it. Almost everything she does has a report to it. So Ohio lawmakers worked for 2 days to pass as many bills as they could because yay for that. Here's what passed and failed. We'll skip this first part here, voter ID, because we'll talk about that in the next 2 stories.
Okay.
But basically, they did SB 450 is nearly a $4 billion budget. $4 billion budget dedicated to capital infrastructure and community projects.
Capital? What does that mean?
Capital infrastructure, meaning roads and bridges, I would.
Okay. I was thinking it was like around the Capitol.
Oh, maybe. Well, it's lowercase. Oh, yeah, maybe. But don't we already have that in like the budget?
That's what I thought. I thought we had $11 billion set aside for that.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is capital infrastructure for the Capitol. But they had tons of money for Columbus in the infrastructure. They're doing a major highway renovation for the next, I think it's on year 2 or 3 of 10-year project.
Well, maybe this is just for the stuff around the Capitol.
Yeah, it's petition 2, or is it something out of the, are we adding $4 billion to the budget? Basically, I don't know.
Wow, I should probably read the bill.
How are you supposed to read the bill before you pass the bill? Nancy. Encouraging lockbox storage for guns. This is a bill that needs to be passed, huh?
Well, I thought it was funny because it says allows law enforcement agencies to voluntarily store firearms for gun owners struggling with mental health issues. Now, is the person giving the law enforcement agency the gun to store voluntarily?
From the way the sentence is constructed, it says law enforcement agencies to volunteer. I mean, it's voluntary if the law enforcement agencies want to do it. That's the way I
okay. That's how it's
like the law is enforcing them.
If they're voluntarily giving you their gun, then they are mentally ill.
Then they're definitely mentally ill. By definition, They're mentally ill. This will go into the governor's desk, and of course he's going to pass it because, look, I signed some gun safety bill. Very odd.
I don't even understand that.
Yeah. It allows law enforcement agencies to store guns for owners struggling with mentally. That feels like
who's taking the gun? Who's giving the gun? It makes no sense.
It feels like a very very small incremental step towards red flag laws, in my opinion. Yeah. But I mean, Republicans are doing it, so this is something Republicans passed.
Yeah. Well, everything is passed by Republicans.
Yeah,
everything is. Yeah, because we're majority.
Yeah, super majority actually. I think, right? Yeah. Next one, driving permit. This is an interesting one because I'm currently going through this now. SB 419 lowers the age at which a teen gets a probationary or temporary driver's license from 15 and a half to 15. However, driver must still be 16 to get a true driver's license.
I thought this was okay. It gives more time behind the wheel before they get their license.
Yes, because I think what we're finding is 6 months is. It seems like a long time, but it's a kind of a tight window. You got to get 50 hours. So
yeah, but you don't have to get your license on your 16th birthday.
I know, but your temps only last 6 months.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. It's been a long time, Rob.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's correct. Yeah, we just talked about this, and we're trying to figure out how much time do we have. But I think you know what? I think she has a year. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I think she has a year.
I think so because I remember going through this. I got mine like right after my birthday, but I don't remember being like pinched for time.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. You weren't required to do 50 hours.
I think it was like 40 hours or something.
You weren't required to do anything back then. I mean, you didn't have to log
16. Before 16, you had to. Yeah, you didn't have to do anything before or after 18.
They didn't have they had, this system's new though, that we're doing right now. Yeah,
it's new, but the same.
No, it's not.
Okay.
They have it. First of all, you have to log and sign an affidavit for every time you go out.
Right. So I didn't have to do that.
Right. So you have to do it on a piece of paper, or you can do it with the app where you start the app, you set the phone down and it logs your time and it gives you a score of how you did. In years previous, all you did was sign that your kid did X amount of hours. Boom.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
But
we were supposed to.
Yes. And now you have to actually log it and stuff. So
gotcha.
It's different in that aspect alone. And I think that's because I'm looking going, okay, how much longer do we have? You get an hour a day of driving.
That's a lot.
You need 50 days of driving. Actually not, because she does a 2-hour course 4 times. So there's 16 hours, but right. So I'm thinking maybe that's one of the reasons they're trying to get you a little head start on your driving time, which is,
I think it's great because it gives them more time.
Absolutely. Who is that? Is that a hell of a? It's been fun, Tom. It's been fun. Let's see. What did we do the other day? I was messing around with the air conditioning in our car because it's not working, and I heard this noise. I'm driving on side streets, and I heard this noise, and I looked at it, I said, "What was that?" She goes, "Oh, that was the garbage bag." I said, "What?" I looked around. She ran over a garbage bag, like a full black garbage bag. Like
she just ran it over on purpose.
She didn't run over with the tires. She tried to ride over it, but it's like 2 foot wide. Like I just went. You did what? She goes, "Yeah, I was like, I was half laughing and half infuriated at the same time because I'm like, what would make you think that going over the large bag in the middle of the street was better than going around it?" But I mean,
girls.
Talking to her later, she's like, "Well, what was I supposed to do?" I'm like, "We'll go around it." She's like, "What if there's a car coming?" I go, "Wait for the car to pass and then go around it." She goes,
this is obviously a side street?
Yes.
That's even makes it even funnier.
Yeah.
Because there was no other traffic.
Right. All I hear is plump, plump, plump. And I'm like, what was that noise? I thought something moves in the back. And I think, there's nothing back there. She's like, "It's a garbage bag." And I was like, what?
What were you looking at too?
What was I I was trying to figure out the air conditioning.
Oh, okay.
To make sure. We went to your dad's house and he was looking at it and he gets confused with the climate controls.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Are you sure it's on?" I go, "Yes." And we're on their way to driving. So I'm like, "Yeah, I just wanted him to check it out because he wanted to see what was wrong with it." I said, "Yeah, it's on. It's supposed to be blowing cold." But I don't think he thought it was on. So as we left, I'm like, let's just make sure I had it on. And then she ran over the bag. Yeah.
It does take it seems like it takes a minute. It takes longer when it's climate control, it takes longer for the compressor to kick on. I think.
Yeah. think it takes it holds off so it can start blowing cold air instead of just warm air.
Right.
Yeah, but that's the compressor isn't even running. So the clutch is not engaging. Huh?
It could just be no pressure.
It has gas in it, everything.
Does it?
Yeah. I checked the fuse and the relay, the clutch relay. So it's either a bad clutch or compressor, which in a sense is the same thing. Anyway.
Your daughter's going to be sweating.
That's what I told her. Your dad's all worried about it. I said, it's fine. We'll get it fixed. She just has to sweat a little bit. She'll be all right. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So SB, what was that? 419 to do that. That's passed the Senate and then is being sent to the House a couple days ago. There's a bunch of stuff on here. Sex offense statute of limitations. SB 421 would raise the statute of limitations from 1 year to 5 years for a civil case for victims of sexual offenses. Passed the Senate, headed to the House. Senate offender location prohibition. Okay, would prohibit sex offenders from knowingly entering a school, preschool, or child care center or attending their sanctioned activities.
How would they unknowingly do that?
Well, yes, that's true. And the only way would be if it's a sanctioned event or activity like outside of a school. You walked in, oh, this is a school event. I didn't know.
Right.
Still far-fetched, but yeah. Under current law, only living within 1,000 feet of any school or child care premises is illegal. Regulate ticket sales. House Bill 563 would require the total price of tickets to be included upfront. Mandate the seller disclose if it isn't affiliated with the official platform, allowing the state to go after scammers and more. Okay.
I thought federally we did something.
Can we just get rid of the monopoly of Ticketmaster? Then we just help everything in one fell swoop. Guys, I don't know if to go through all these because there's quite a few of them. Childcare regulations is another one. SB 647. Pre-release control. What post-release control? HB 667 is a bill in honor of murder victim Reagan Tokes. Required report of law enforcement automated database includes increased sent to repeat. Okay, go back, go check these out. There's like 20 of them in here. Like they were busy. What didn't pass, of course, the data center regulations that didn't pass. They wanted to create new rules and standards for data centers, but lawmakers were unable to pass it. Is that some of the corruption that we're supposed to be following?
I don't know. I don't know if they didn't pass it because they didn't think it was strong enough, or they didn't pass it because
I think the Republicans are split on that. As far as
there is a little bit of
the tax breaks, the sales tax breaks.
Right.
They want to take a 100% tax break and bring it down to a 50% tax break, which seems reasonable. I mean,
they also wanted to require facilities to utilize a closed loop water system.
Okay.
They wanted to force them into that. Yeah. I think there's like a little pushback on that.
Yep. Requires a real closed loop. Foundation is required to report any anomalies detected through their water quality monitoring system.
No, we can't report the anomalies.
No, heaven forbid. But also let's not forget that just because it's a closed loop system, they eventually have to switch that water out, and they still need a place to dump it.
Yeah,
and they've been trying to.
That, but I think it's more like the people don't want their water to be used up. You don't want wells going dry.
Yeah. Definitely better. I just don't be like, because they got a closed loop now, it's all good. No, they've been lobbying the Ohio EPA to release or loosen the standards or give them a different permit so they can basically dump anywhere for a 5-year period.
Why don't they just go take all these data centers and put them in Antarctica?
Because the latency would be way too long for your AI requests, Tom. And it's really cold up there.
Yeah, exactly. They won't need the water.
So I think it's true. You just put them outside. You don't have to worry about it. Transparency, asking public officials to sign. Yeah, another big topic is transparency and companies asking public officials to sign non-disclosure agreements. Did not do anything major to tackle that because Why wouldn't they wouldn't want that to happen? And the last one that says on the list that did not pass was this child marriage ban. So SB 31 would ban child marriage in Ohio after months of being stagnant. It passed out of committee unanimously. So before
it's silly.
Ohio had no minimum age to get married, although the state had promoted 16 for girls to be able to be wed. What about boys? Boys can get wed at like 12? Why is it only girls? There were exceptions for any age of the child received parental or judicial consent. Still, 17-year-olds were able to marry someone up to 4 years older than them, as long as the juvenile court signed off on it. I mean,
I don't know. We talked about this before.
Yes, yeah, we did. They're still trying to. Well, it was dead, and all of a sudden
it didn't pass.
No, but
we said it was dead, that it wasn't going to go anywhere. But I'm pretty sure that's what we said.
Yeah, that's what we thought.
It's just a pointless law here.
After being stagnant for months, it passed out of committee unanimously. Interesting. Who got promises? Who got promises? That's what I want to know.
No, I don't. I think they just got it out of committee to get it out of committee.
Well, no, I think if you're going to get out of, I mean, yes, maybe, but I also
here, look, we're doing something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just think that some people are holding out for favors. What
kind of favor are you going to get for this?
I don't know. You get something else passed like that you want. You know what I mean? Like you get a bill that you know what I mean?
This isn't that strong of a bill. Enough to do that.
Yeah, good point. But hey, what else do they have to do in Columbus?
That's what I mean. They just passed it just to get it there to say they voted on something.
They're definitely not going after Medicaid fraud because that's not happening.
Oh, they signed a bipartisan bill that changes to the Medicaid system. Wait, it makes changes to the Medicaid system in order to better catch and prosecute fraud, whatever that means.
Yep. Let's see what that does. That's, I guess,
it's putting a chip in the EBT cards.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, and then making GPS confirmation for home health aides requirement, not a voluntary. That was the other big thing.
Oh, they'll just put it on some cat.
Yeah, right. Let's see. So we did skip the first two in the story, which are voter ID, voter photo ID. So there's two things going on actually, and I'm wondering if they're going to make this all one. So the first one we have, Ohio Senate has passed a resolution to put voter photo ID amendment on a November ballot. And let's listen to Morgan, because this is a new Channel 5 article. Let's listen to what Morgan has to say, because, I mean, why do we need more security?
In November, you may have a chance to vote about voting. State lawmakers want to make it part of the state constitution that you need to show a photo ID before you cast that ballot. Thing is, you already do. Your Columbus Bureau reporter Morgan Trow's been following this debate. Tonight, she looks at what happened at the State House today.
You already need to show an ID to vote, but lawmakers got one step closer to putting this issue on the November ballot.
This will be, if not the strongest, one of the strongest election integrity, voter identification, photo identification measures.
State House Republicans are taking photo ID a step further. The Senate passed a resolution to put a question on the November ballot, trying to enshrine the voter ID law into the state constitution.
Provide for the long-term security of our elections while maintaining access to the ballot box.
The GOP argues that a future General Assembly could reverse the law unless it's in the Constitution. But Democrats say that this is an effort to increase Republican turnout in the midterms.
This is a purely political, poorly written resolution. They think this is going to get their voters out to vote. I think that they're wrong.
And other Republicans are frustrated by it too, saying it doesn't do anything for actual election integrity, which to them is requiring photo ID for absentee ballots. To be clear, there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud in Ohio, even when photo ID wasn't law, and thousands of audits have proven that.
The amendment's fatal flaw is that it fails to provide comparable safeguards to the 20% who vote by mail.
The House is set to pass the resolution next week. At the Ohio State House, I'm your Columbus Bureau reporter, Morgan Trow.
20% vote by mail. That needs to go down, way down. I've never had an accident that I needed to deploy my airbag So I don't need one. That's what I heard from Morgan. Well, we've never had voter fraud, so why do we need protection? We have to wait until we have voter fraud before we can make it better.
She's an activist skank.
Oh, yes. You know, I always forget to play this.
What?
She's talking. So
she's a fine example of like a woman that can't be presidential. That voice.
Yes. But in that red dress in this video, she looked really good.
I bet she did.
She did look really good in the red dress.
She got a nice figure.
Yes. And what she had brought up, well, I mean, they don't, it doesn't even help because it doesn't stop voter ID. Well, Ohio adds a new photo ID requirement for mail-in voting for 2027 election. Unfortunately, it's not this year. And the big news, what? Go ahead.
That's okay.
Yeah. The big news is they want you to photocopy your license and put that copy in the envelope when you send in your mail-in ballot. To that I say, and people online are flipping out. Well, you know, figuratively speaking, of course. But, well, how am I supposed to do? I can't. How's my 75-year-old mother supposed to scan? She got to buy a scanner now and a printer. And I'm like, okay. Every phone has a camera and it scans. And if it's too much trouble for you to print something out and then mail it in, you know, I'm thinking maybe voting is just too hard for you.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be voting, or you should just go to the voting polls.
Yes, or get off your butt, take your mail-in ballot, and when you turn it in, because you don't have to mail it in, you can turn it into the
that's true
Department of whatever it's called, the voter place. And they can check your ID, and then they'll put it in, and they'll scan it, and they'll count it. Also, they're considering a online portal because, as I mentioned, you could buy stocks online. And I just went through the process again because I've done it in the past. But you know what I had to do? Take a picture of my ID and upload it to them so they know it's me.
Yeah. There's been plenty of things. I've gotten prescriptions over online that I have to I just take a picture with my phone and email it to them.
So they want to put this in the bill that puts the amendment on the November ballot. Oh, SJR 10 puts the amendment on the ballot. We're requiring voter ID, voter approved to take effect. The measure would get an official name. Excuse me. And so they have a bill going through. That's what I'm trying to figure. I thought the bill going through to help pay for elderly or homeless or something that don't have IDs so they can vote. Because I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking if you're homeless, I think voting is probably on your very low on your priority list. But okay, I think they want to add this to that legislation. Is what I remember reading somewhere. So check it out. Yeah, I think this is. I'm all for this. Yes. Does it make it a little harder? Yeah. But who says it has to be so easy? It's voting. You got to you got some skin in the game. You got to get off your butt and actually do something. Heaven forbid. Now, this would exempt military and government officials who are out of the country. You wouldn't have to do this to that. So, yeah. So let's go back to the old mail-in votes, which was absentee only. And you had to go through it was much more, I guess, controlled. There was way fewer people that were doing it.
Yeah. At least you have to request it. Some states you don't even have to request it. California,
like California.
Yeah, that's gonna be done. Marcel Stribich is saying DeWine should veto this bill.
This one or the other one, or both?
This one, or okay. the one that's the one that's we just talked about with the
amendment.
Yeah.
He's saying it has no teeth. There's nothing to it.
Well, it's also foreigners who were never born in the U.S. and cannot prove any prior residency should not be allowed to vote. And I guess it's still kind of, it's still got some weird wording in there. So he thinks it should be.
We had a clip on him and when he was being interviewed, and he was saying, that we've got something we tried to pass a couple times a few years ago, but they took all the teeth out of it. So you really can't enforce anything. And he said, this is just, Stribich thought this was just like the guy in the clip says today, that this is just to try to drum up the base to go out and vote in November. And I don't disagree with that.
He's saying that also because his biggest thing was trying to get the requesting a absentee ballot that you need to show.
Yeah.
Proof of
when you register.
Yeah, he wanted that the most, and it's in there now, but it's got some wording in there he doesn't like. I guess I didn't have. He just put it out yesterday. I didn't have time to go through it.
He thinks it's virtue signaling, basically.
Yeah,
just for them to say, "Hey, look what we did." So let's keep that going. I mean, I get what he's saying. I'll take what I can get, but if you can't really, if you can't back it up, if you can't hold people accountable, I guess it's pointless in a way. Next on voting, we've got something that just came up in my feed yesterday. This is Ohio Voting Rights Group. Let's put that. They should really be in air quotes, but it's Idea Stream. So
cheaters.
Ohio Voting Rights Group says it was raided by the FBI. Let's listen to a little Idea Stream here.
The Ohio Organizing Collaborative, a group that organizes political activities for democratic and progressive causes, has been raided by the FBI. Ohio Organizing Collaborative board member Prentice Haney says FBI agents have searched premises and, in some cases, taken laptops and electronic devices, as well as interviewed people who work with the organization.
This is not normal business. I mean, there's no reason for over 100 agents to be knocking on the doors of everyday Ohioans, demanding and accusing people of voter fraud as if it was a witch hunt, and scaring them with their children, following them in their cars to school and to work. I mean, this was a full-out assault. We haven't seen anything like this since Selma. And so this was completely politically motivated.
Haney said the people who were contacted by the FBI were told it was related to a case of voter fraud. The FBI has been contacted for comment. Joe Ingles at the Ohio Public Radio Statehouse News Bureau.
All right. So he's saying it's just like Selma. In 1965, Selma, Alabama became a focal point of a civil rights movement when activist organizations organized a series of historic marches to protest voter suppression and demand equal rights. The protests culminated in violence and a massive shift in national policy. So he's saying this is just like 1960s. Perfect. It's just like it. Just like it. So why are they?
How is this intimidating the voters?
Because they are not able to organize, Tom. Because they're trying to scare them. So who is? I did put an article in this morning from Signal Akron, and just as a backgrounder, just if everyone wants to go through it, it'll be in the show notes. Check out the blog crookedrivercast@gmail.com or crookedrivercast.com and send us an email at crookedrivercast@gmail.com. But it kind of goes through a little bit of the history of this group. Founded in 2007, is a political arm of the Ohio Organizing Campaign. Together, the OOC and its political arm, Ohio Organizing Campaign, together received nearly $55 million from 2020 to 2024, according to public tax filings. Can't really tell who because it's a nonprofit. So, and they spent $42.9 million between 2020 and 2024. On what? Well, I mean, FBI described the investigation as related to voter fraud. Okay. But what doesn't bring up is they've already had members. They had in 2017. They had a member busted for trying to for vote signatures that weren't valid.
Yeah. Here I got. I think we need time. We'll talk about it maybe next week. I just put it in my notes. There's a Substack by Ken McKenty that Marcel Stribich shared, and it's basically suspicious voter registration cards submitted by Black Fork to La Rosa's Public Integrity Division. They might just be some BS registrations.
Yeah,
which is what they do. Yeah.
Ballot harvesting. Yeah. That's what this is. This is the community organizer. This is the community organizing groups that we heard from the 90s when Obama. Like, you didn't hear about community organizing until Obama came in.
This isn't really ballot harvesting. This is more like harvesting is going in and picking up ballots, right?
Yeah, that's what the person was busted for, because they picked up a bunch of ballots.
That's the one, but they're finding actual registrations that are BS. So
okay.
So they probably got a lot more evidence than we know of that the FBI actually raided them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've seen Signal Akron before. I assume they
we have
used a left-wing publication, but I don't know, by this article, it doesn't seem that they're
being pretty.
They even used dark money groups as when referring to a progressive group, which I thought was interesting. So check out the article; it's pretty interesting. Maybe we should get into this more later on. But
I think we need to dig into this a little bit, because this is a pretty. This article I'm just kind of going through is pretty in depth.
Yeah.
So
I mean, of course, these are all allegations without evidence, of course. Because that's the new
unproven allegations.
Unproven allegations, yes. Unproven allegations. Unproven claims. Okay, so let's put a bookmark in that, because that's pretty interesting. Now that you start looking at it, seemed like at first just a little bit of complaining. Then as I start looking at the group, I'm like, interesting. It's one of those deals. It's one of them. Their community organizing deals.
Yeah.
Let's move on to this next one, because this is going to be interesting. So I got 2 articles here. I'm not sure. Because I was going to do 2 clips, but we don't need to do 2 clips. We don't got time for 2 clips today. So let's go with Cleveland Clinic. Well, they got caught. Now let's listen to News Channel 3 on what the Cleveland Clinic has agreed to. The DOJ. They've settled on I don't know, something interesting here. Let's talk.
Hunter Bertram joins us now live at the clinic to explain. Hunter.
Yeah, Lena, the agreement covers gender-affirming care for minors, including puberty blockers and different hormone therapies. And while already state law prohibits hospitals from providing this type of care to minors, what this settlement effectively does is lock in that policy at the Cleveland Clinic for the next 2 decades, despite any future changes to the law.
You're completely restricting the ability for young people to get the health care that they deserve.
A major blow, some say, to Ohio's transgender youth.
Our focus right now is on the youth and the families that woke up this morning, received this news, and now are wondering, what does this mean for them?
This settlement stems from allegations that Cleveland Clinic submitted questioned Medicaid billing codes for some minors receiving cases related to gender dysphoria. Federal officials say incorrect diagnosis codes were used. The clinic told 3 News Tuesday afternoon it was an unintentional coding issue involving a small number of patients and does not admit liability.
I received gender-affirming care as a minor. It started at about 15 years old.
Aaron Sawyer, a Canton trans man, 22, says he began gender-affirming care at Akron Children's, later continuing care at Cleveland Clinic.
What a lot of people don't realize is that without proper access to gender-affirming care is that it really is life-saving for youth and adults alike.
In announcing the settlement, the Department of Justice said it is, quote, steadfastly committed to protecting America's children, end quote, said Associate Attorney General Stanley Woodward.
I really feel like the further they push restricting minor affirming care, the closer we get to them restricting adult care.
The agreement also prohibits Cleveland Clinic from referring minors for those services, coordinating care through third parties, or operating facilities that provide the treatments. In Ohio, House Bill 68 already bans gender-affirming care for minors, making the settlement in practice a long-term extension of that restriction at Cleveland Clinic, staying in effect even if laws change.
Just because you restrict people from being able to access care, that doesn't eliminate the need for care, right?
And Cleveland Clinic will pay $308,000 to resolve those false billing allegations, and it's committing an additional $2 million for restorative care for people who have detransitioned.
$2 million?
Lena.
All right, Hunter Bertram reporting live from the clinic tonight. Thank you.
That might cover one detransition.
A couple, maybe.
It's just, this is very concerning to me, because it's really going to hit Cleveland Clinic's bottom line. I mean, their profitability is going to go way down because of this. What did they do? What did they do to get this ruling to take this deal with the DOJ? They're giving up they're sending out $2 million and promising never to touch this stuff for 20 years. Like, what did they have to get caught with for them to agree to something like this? Because I don't think they would do this unless they had some serious, repercussions coming from misbilling. I don't know. That just seemed to me like a very, very heavy hammer to hit the Cleveland Clinic with for just some misbilled for $300,000.
Misbilled.
I think it's a rogue doctor. That'd be my first opinion. It wasn't the Cleveland Clinic saying bill it this way. I think a rogue doctor wanted to get it through, and they billed it and mistakenly billed it.
Yeah, could have been I don't know what they would be called, but like the person that oversees a division.
Yeah, administrator, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going to happen if what's going to happen is the kid's going to keep their PP and their TTs on, and they will not grow a PP or grow any TTs if this happens. So yes, so basically what will happen if you take the child care away is eventually they'll grow out of it and turn into a normal person. Unlike the dude, because I think it was a dude, the guy who was talking about transitioning.
Yeah.
I'm like, did it work? I don't know if you saw the video on this one, but I
didn't see the video, no.
And did the gender affirming care include all the studs and crap you put in your face? Why do those two things go hand in hand? I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. I was going to play a second one, but we can just move on. I just wanted to, I also go into Crookedrivercast.com, check out these articles, listen to both of these news broadcasts, because the second one actually says, well, we're going to listen to both sides. Yeah, they don't say anything. Neither one of these, Channel 3 or Channel 8, Fox 8 or WKYC, neither of them had the other side. Like they couldn't find somebody who's detransitioned, someone who decided not to transition, parents that have struggled with this. They couldn't find anybody to talk to on the opposite. No,
those people are hard to not find, but they're hard to get them to talk because they're afraid they're going to get attacked by the pro trans groups.
I got to say, there's got to be somebody, a doctor, or somebody who's already been speaking out on it.
Well, there's a handful out there nationally, but it. I mean, first of all, you're talking about local news, so they're not putting any legwork in.
I know it's a high bar. I understand, but
it's just hard to find those people just because they're afraid to speak out.
True, it's a good point. Because you'll be doxxed and you'll be protests outside your door and all that other fun stuff. So.
I think it's getting better, but it's still I think there's that threat out there.
All right, next we're going to hit real quick. Well, the end property tax in Ohio will not be on the November ballot, and it's probably a good chance it's dead.
They're going to go for 2027.
Yeah. And it was brought up in I think it was this article or the news report, that the longer you have this petition out, the more signatures you need, because the more people die and move.
Yeah.
So I think they're having struggle getting halfway where they're at.
They got 305
at the last count, and they're not. Massey's said in this interview here on this article that they're no longer going to give numbers anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think they should have to begin with, but I think they were trying to show people, hey, we're almost there. We just need a little bit more. And
because they weren't giving numbers until about 2 months ago, and it didn't seem to bump up anything.
I mean, people want change, but they don't want to do the hard work to do the change. So
they want change. Nobody really knows how to do it. How to change?
I think there's, I think it's, people are scared. No taxes. What's going to happen to schools?
Yeah, there's that. But you're also, if you, the way, I think a lot of people would be scared if they actually give it any thought. Okay, so we ban property taxes, which is what I think should happen. Now you're leaving these dipshits to figure out something new.
Yeah, and they're not smart enough to do that.
Yeah, that could be even worse.
That scares me. That scares me. Yeah, good point. I like that. That's good. All right, let's hit our last one for the main stories of this one. We kind of held over from last week. I almost put this in the good things. The good things.
Yeah.
Except I think he's looking in the wrong direction. So let's take this is a business owner to government. Discuss fixes for Euclid Avenue or we'll shut it down with demonstrators. Let's listen to this is a News Channel 5 Euclid shutdown.
In a city known for its bad roads, the crumbling condition of Euclid Avenue through East Cleveland stands out. It's a reality barbershop owner Art McCoy's lived with for decades.
Our streets look like they've been bombed. They look like they've been torn up. Bulldozed, you name it, and no one comes to fix it.
City leaders admit in cash-strapped East Cleveland, they don't have the money in the budget to fix many of the roads, but McCoy says something has to be done.
As long as the people just wait and hope and pray, things stay the same. It's time for action.
So he wrote a letter to Governor Mike DeWine.
I have a very serious complaint about the stretch of Euclid Avenue between Lakeview and Ivanhoe Road.
The state helps maintain Euclid Avenue, so McCoy has given the governor an ultimatum. Tell business owners when the state will fix Euclid, or he's threatening to shut it down with demonstrators.
If we have to feel the pain, they're going to have to feel the pain. Shut it down. And we don't want to do that. That's the last thing we want to do, but we can't take it anymore.
What about your mayor?
He says the condition of the road outside his shop cost him customers thousands of dollars, he estimates.
What about the people you elected?
Every day, coming down Euclid Avenue is a pain. It's suffering.
But that could be changing.
The people of East Cleveland deserve better.
As we told you earlier this week, a proposed state budget calls for $10 million for East Cleveland. Money the mayor says will go to fix a 1-mile stretch of Euclid between Superior and Shaw.
It'll be transformational for Euclid Avenue. You know, we resurfaced Euclid Avenue some time ago, and then they had to rip up portions of it in order to fix pipes. This time we're...
Okay, so that's interesting. I just want to pause this real quick. So you guys suck so bad that you repaved it before you did any research to figure out... So they took a shower before they pooped, basically, is what happened. So they tore their... And then they went, we got to replace the pipes, so we got to tear it up again.
She's a terrible mayor. I think she's the one that just wouldn't leave.
Yes.
Remember when they were? Yeah, she's the one who refused to leave, but it ended up getting elected.
Yeah,
anyways.
I think at the time, in that, let's finish this. That's a part of my reason it didn't go into good things. Let's just finish this last 30 seconds.
We're going to be intentional. It will mean infrastructure work both above and below ground.
The mayor says work could begin next spring. McCoy says he wants to hear it from the governor himself. Worried until he does, businesses like his will continue paying the price.
You think Euclid Avenue is preventing people from investing money in East Cleveland?
You darn right.
Yeah, it's definitely the road.
Right. I used to have customers that come all the way from Elyria, Twinsburg, to the shop. They love the area.
They probably
but
died.
They're not going to deal with these damn streets.
In East Cleveland, I'm News 5 investigator Scott Knoll.
They may have loved your haircut. I'm not sure they love the area.
Yeah, they didn't love the area. They probably moved out of the area and this, because they liked him, they kept coming back. And then eventually they probably died or went bald. So
is it so much is it really the roads or more of the crime? So
it's pretty rough going through there. I mean, the roads are pretty bad, but I don't think that would keep anybody from going to that barbershop.
No, I don't think so. I think driving from Elyria is part of the problem. You don't want to drive from Elyria anymore.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
Although there are parts of Euclid by University Circle are perfect.
Well, yeah.
There's a lot more tax money there. But we did, Cleveland Heights or East Cleveland was one of the first, we talked about them early on in the show a year or so ago. And they had, I think it was their first mayor they've ever had. He went to jail for fraud.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then they had an argument because the current mayor now was like head of city council or something like that. So
she was like interim mayor, right? For a while.
So I can't remember which way. They had two people. One, there was a guy and this woman, this mayor who's currently mayor, and they were arguing over. So while he was under trial, there was a statute saying one person, this position would take over, but as soon as he gets convicted, then it gets defaulted to somebody else.
Right.
Something to that effect. And they were both arguing. After he got convicted, they argued over it. And then she ended up winning an election or something like that. But why aren't you camped out your the mayor's mansion? Wait, it's East Cleveland. I'm sorry. The mayor's house. Why you? I mean, I get the state does put funding in for Euclid, to this part of Euclid, but why isn't your mayor fighting for you? Why are you sending, because she sucks. That's why.
Yeah, she's terrible.
So
she's scary to look at too. She's got the wildest glasses.
And I think that's where you should start, because that's the person that should be fighting for you, the people you elected to represent you. And she ain't doing diddly. I don't think he knows he should be doing that. He just automatically went to the mayor or to the governor.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like where he's going with it. Like, hey, fix this, or we're just gonna shut the whole road down. But
yeah,
I think he's pointing in the wrong direction. But I give him credit.
Yeah, I like the guy. Just going about it the wrong way.
Yeah. He's trying. It's something, I guess.
He's a business owner. He's an entrepreneur. I like that.
Absolutely. He's been there for a long time. I bet he cuts some crazy hair. Crazy hair. Crazy good haircuts, I should say. Next on our... Oh, wait. We got the... Good things. Bring good things to life. All right. First one on our good things list. End of our show. I like to end it with a couple of non-infuriating stories, if we can help it. So this one... this one you put up... This is a TikTok video of an 85-year-old movie theater employee sparks $146,000 in donations from a stranger. Let's listen real quick from WKYC on TikTok kindness.
Democrats are in full meltdown this week after President.
This one.
You know the old saying, a little kindness can go a long way. Well, how far could 7,500 small and large acts of kindness go? Well, you can ask 85-year-old Mary Aaron.
Well, it's overwhelming, to say the very least.
Mary has lived in East Tennessee since 1958. She began working at movie theaters in the area right after high school.
Well, I have a 45-year pen.
Mary works 5 days a week at her current theater, and this past weekend it was a usual Saturday for Mary. And for 21-year-old Brooklyn Green, the kind of day that comes and goes without much notice. But inside the movie theater in Maryville, Tennessee, a story, not on the big screen, was unfolding. Brooklyn noticed Mary pushing a janitorial cart and hauling a bag of trash. She did not know Mary's name or story, but she decided to see if anyone out there might want to help make a difference in this stranger's life.
I saw Mary and I was like, this lady should not be working.
She decided that I looked like I was old enough to be retired, I think, something like that. So she took it on. The Lord inspired her to put me on GoFundMe.
She posted this video on TikTok to see if anyone might want to donate to help Mary retire. And the kindness from strangers came calling.
Realistically, I thought maybe we could donate, we could get $500 and I could go and just give her a little tip and say, I hope this goes towards your retirement.
On Tuesday, Brooklyn stopped by the movie theater to meet Mary and tell her the good news. People across the world who had also never met Mary donated more than $146,000.
Really overwhelmed is about all I can say. And she told me that thousands of people have logged into social media. As a matter of fact, I must be getting my 15 minutes of fame all over the TV. So
she says she will use some of the money to repair a couple of things around her house and pay off some bills.
I've been helping people a long time, so I have gotten myself in a few pieces of debt, but it's okay.
And true to her nature, of course, she says she will also keep helping others too. Because that's the great thing about kindness. It rarely stops with the person who receives it.
Well, everybody should be kind to everybody and be merciful to everybody. We're all human beings on the one face of earth. And so we just need to help if we have the opportunity.
Wise words. But I don't think she's retiring.
I don't think so. I think she's doing this because she wants something to do.
Yeah, she's been doing it for 40-some years. She's been working that's what she likes to do. It's keep her young, I would imagine.
That video that she shared, I mean, she's there's 85-year-olds and then there's 85-year-olds.
Which one is she? 85-year-old?
She's really hunched over.
She can be, yeah. She has that.
She looks very fragile.
Yes. She has a whatever condition where you got a little hunch and you're
yeah.
A lot of times you spend looking down. But so that looked worse than it was.
Yeah. I think she's still got her wit about her.
Oh my gosh. She knew, I mean, she said GoFundMe like she knew what it was. So props to her, she's, but that's probably keeping her going. I mean, that a lot of times you gotta get something to do. You can't just sit around all day if that could be your hobby.
And it brings her a little money. When I see an old person working, I never really feel sorry for them. I would like to sometimes know the reason they're working, because I don't understand that. Like, I got plenty of things I enjoy that I don't need to have a daily thing to do. Working for somebody else, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have that. But some people just need to get out of the house. I
mean, working at a movie theater, you talk to people. That's kind of interacting with people is probably always good for you.
Sure.
And if you don't, working when you don't really need to work is different than, I guess, working
if you have to be.
If you have to work, yeah.
I feel bad for those people, but
yeah.
Then again, I don't think there's many of those out there.
Oh my gosh, the emails are coming in. I can feel them already.
Hey, maybe, maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. When I go through the McDonald's drive-through at breakfast and there's some 80-year-old woman, I'm thinking, I don't know, she's smiling, saying good morning. I think she just wants to be there.
Yeah, something to do, I think, a lot of times. And you little extra cash. I mean, look inward. I mean, how many years did your mom work?
Oh, yeah.
A little extra cash, but she just wanted to do it. It wasn't for COVID. She would have worked longer.
It gave her something to do.
Yeah.
She's bored.
Kept her mind going. I mean, she actually had to figure out a computer every day. It was probably good for her.
Well, she had to, and I
phone systems and all that
I
stuff.
Visited her a couple of times at work, and it was nice to see she's actually helping people.
Yeah, and COVID killed that. They were trying to get her to vax up, and she wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Props to her. Yeah. So check it out. That's a good video. It's a good kind story. Hey, social media can have good results. It's not always bad. And what is she? 21 is what? Gen X or right? 21 is Gen X, right?
What do you mean 21?
21 years old. This girl was 21 years old who posted it.
Gen X? No, what's Gen Alpha? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Gen Z.
Oh, Z. Yeah. Z.
It's either Alpha or Gen Z. I think it's Gen Z.
I think it's Z because then, it's Gen Z. I forgot a letter.
Gen X.
my alphabet.
You're
that's
talking
me.
50-year-olds. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me. All right. So check that out. It's a good video. And it's a good kind of video. Next, we have, let's see. Yep. Get this, folks. Cleveland Metroparks unveils new sailing center and waterfront restaurant at 55th and 55th Street Marina. Oh, it's only taken, 50 or 60 years, but they finally got a sail place on a lake.
I'm going to sail around the world.
The Cleveland Metroparks is officially opening a first of its kind destination along Lake Erie, bringing sailing, education, recreation, and waterfront dining all together under one roof. So it's a new Patrick S. Parker Community Sailing Center. It's open at East 55th. It is a Metroparks leaders say that an $18.5 million project facility was designed to expand public access to the lakefront while creating new opportunities for residents to learn, explore, and enjoy Lake Erie. Imagine that. Enjoying this great lake that we have. Crazy idea.
Let's put a highway on it.
Yeah, exactly. It has already been the home of the Charlie Britton Sailing School, which aims to make sailing more accessible to residents who may have faced economic barriers to participation. Oh, cool. I may have a little sailboats there, a little dock there. You can go out and learn how to sail. That way you can go after those sailboat drones that we got out there now. You can fight those sailboat drones with your sailboat. Who wins? Yeah, cool. I think anything they do with the lake at this point, I'm applauding. It's very late to the game, but hey, we got to do something with this great resource that we have. That
they might have something there by the time I'm dead.
I'm thinking by the time my kids are my age, they might have something there.
Yeah, maybe your grandkids will have something.
And that, I think that is the wrap of the show. Yep, that is it. I'd say thank you for listening. Please check out the blog, crookedrivercast.com. The show notes are there on the blog. Our notes are there. Our links are there. You can follow along. You can read the articles and watch the videos that we do. And then you can send us your feedback at crookedrivercast@gmail.com. Please let us know what we're doing. Let us know of any shenanigans in your area. And I haven't played that in a while.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
And on that happy note, I thank everybody for listening. Really appreciate it. Share the show. Tell your friends. And we'll talk to you next week.
Peace.